Good morning, everyone. I'm going to be trying a new setting on my microphone, so hopefully this will eliminate some background noise, but not cause the voice-activated recording quite so much with my noise gate. So I've been using a noise gate, and that kind of blocks the background stuff, but hopefully this will sound a little better. Let me know if it does. If it doesn't, oh well. Hope everybody's got a great start to their Thursday today. Good morning, Mr. Throat Goat EDC, Mr. Laid Off Pete, Mr. TC Blades, and Mr. Nick Martino, and Mr. Whalen. Hope you gentlemen are all doing great this morning. Sounds like TC must have won a prize last night. That's pretty cool. Like to see fellow chatters winning giveaways. Pretty awesome. So, what did I carry on my night off? Well, it goes quite well with something I will be showing here shortly, and that is my Tyrant Ultra. I'm loving this thing. It's very convenient size, very sleek. I can see why Ed carries it just about every night, his smaller version. But yeah, I had that in my pocket last night. And right off the bat, before they all get snatched up, in case one of you would like to grab a skeletonized version of it, last time I checked, the link was still valid, but let me make sure that that is the case again. Uh-oh. All right. So here is the link to the skeletonized one. If one of you was waiting on it in order to get one, they are available now. And the link is going into the chat. So there are still a few of them left as of right now. I do believe some kind of codes will work on those. I think I've got a $6 one. Maybe that'll work. And just to confirm, supposedly the blades on the OG blades will work with these knives. So yeah, there's a link. I did run across that little metal thing, which is a screw gauge. This one's pretty cool. It came from eBay. A guy sent it to me for free for buying a bunch of his, I believe that says, I can't remember the name of his company. But this one is metal instead of plastic, so it helps because the plastic ones, you can screw in any screw. When they get down here in these little ranges, you can pretty much force any screw into any hole, but these metal threads help on this one. So that's a pretty cool one. I can't remember the name of his company. What is it? Drill Hog. Drill Hog is a guy on eBay that sells these. Don't buy the Torx bits, but if you do see this for sale, grab one of those because they're super handy. I did get my whole desk area cleaned up. It is amazing. I've got stuff sorted. And it's pretty cool. So, yesterday, I did get in that Beyond EDC knife that I was waiting on. Action on this thing is actually pretty sick. And something I noticed about this knife is it has detent unlike any other. And the fact that it clicks into the hole, you can't hear it. I don't know that you can hear it, but it's got this super clicky detent. I can't figure out how they do that unless they just perfectly machine. It's got a different kind of click than any other knife. I don't know that you can hear that. Yeah, you can't hear because I've got the vocal thing turned off. But man, the detent on this thing is super crispy. And I wish more knives had this click. It's such a unusual click. Yeah, and you can't hear that at all. Wow, it cuts out all background vocals. Y'all can't hear that at all. That's pretty wild. Good morning, William. Let me fix it where y'all can hear other than just vocals. That's kind of odd. Let's see. Where is the settings for audio? Here we go. All right, now you should be able to hear some kind of clicking. It's got a very clicky detent. There's only a couple of knives I've felt in my whole existence that have this kind of detent. Another one is my Doc Fisher has this kind of detent, but it's totally weird kind of clicky sound. This is the Beyond EDC Dirk Pinkerton Garo, possibly. I don't actually remember. I think I've got the box over here somewhere. Good morning, David. I can't remember which box it is. It's probably, it's not that one. It's probably, I don't see it. I think it's the Garo, Pete. Let's go find it. Dirk Pinkerton. Beyond EDC Garo? Yeah, Gara. It is the Gara. And I started off thinking I might dye my car to black, but the more I've messed with it during the night, I kind of like the brown. But we might turn this one black. I got this one for $35, Pete. I'm wondering if it has, I doubt it, titanium. Nope. No titanium pocket clip. But yeah, super cool little knife. And it's very comfortable in hand. Overall length on it is barely over 7 inches, 7 1/8. And the blade length is right at 3. So it's a good size knife. All right, so I got that one yesterday. He also sent in another free knife, which is a Bear Ops knife. I'm not really familiar with this brand. It says made in the USA. And this one is just a little knifey knife. Another good knife I can give away for a giveaway. Sorry. Little crossbar lock knife. This is another one of those weird ones where the lock hits. If you pull it all the way back, it hits when it goes to close. So you have to let off of it. You have to just barely tap it. But he threw that in, so can't complain about that. Pretty awesome of him. Mr. David, I don't know if you saw my video, but if you will send me your address, I have got a couple of Kershaws that are real that I will send you one of free of charge. I thought there wouldn't be anybody better to send a Kershaw to than you. So you can actually have your pick of the Believer or the Oh So Sweet. Actually, yeah, go ahead, take your pick. The Believer or the Oh So Sweet. Just send me your address and my email, and I will send one of those out to you. Sounds like Mr. William is doing a giveaway as well. Good morning, Christopher. Good morning, Ed. Didn't see you pop in there, buddy. If y'all wouldn't mind smashing that like button, that would be awesome. Oh, thank you, Mr. Whalen. It's up here at the top of the screen in the top right corner, but Mr. Whalen beat me to it. It's just bladealchemy4u@gmail.com. All right. Couple of things I wanted to talk about today. Oh, since I had all this nice area around me here. Oh yeah, I wanted to show the original T1 versus the new button lock version. Good morning, Mr. Bob. So this is, that's the original, and that's the button lock variant. Very, very similar. I think the button lock one is wider. That would kind of make sense because I had to add those extra liners in. Could be a figment of my imagination though. Kind of like Mr. Ed. But overall, pretty close to the same size. It looks like this forward area is a little different. It goes up higher on this one than it does on this one. Blade shape is a little different. They did add that forward choil in a little bit more than on the original. But to me, seeing them come out with some of their older knives, and the clips are way different. But seeing them come out with some of their older knives in a button lock format, is kind of sick. So yeah, I'm curious about the width of the scales. Know they have to add that extra liner in, so let's see what we got here. In inches. So the original is 0.474. Uh-oh, battery's going out. And 0.512. So that's quite a bit of difference. Luckily, well, unluckily, I thought I've got some of those somewhere. Gotta love the flashing light though. So quite a bit of difference in the widths. Turn that off, save what little battery I've got. I will do that in a little while, Mr. David. I will, I'm sure you emailed me, right? But I will check it. So yeah. Excited to see what else they come out with from their old line. And then, last but not least, I went ahead and grabbed one of those I don't see an email from you, and I just checked my spam folder and it's not in there either. So I don't think you did it correctly, sir. Yeah, I do not see anything in there. Maybe it hasn't sent yet. Maybe it's still in your outbox. Yeah, I do not see it. That's pretty funny, mister. I will check back a little later on to see if you've done that again. Yeah, I didn't get the email, David. So this is the Foca. This is the one Mr. Drummer said he bought. The Amazon exclusive version, I guess. Super cool little knife. You can choke up on it nicely. Doesn't feel scary. Button works great. No flipper tab to worry about, so they did away with that, which I appreciate. They did use that same new clip again. So they have the bigger part where you can get the screws down through there, and then you slide them over to put it in that one. You drop that one in. So this seems like they're going to be going to this with all T8 hardware everywhere, which is interesting. Action on these knives is pretty much perfect. I've said that for quite a while now, that this is quickly becoming my favorite lock mechanism. I wish this one again had the release, so the I don't even know where my Well, I might have lost a knife yesterday. My Camel, I think I know where it's at. It's in my bag in the car. But the Camel does have the where you can actuate the liner without having to push the button. Mr. David, I still have not received an email from you. I don't have anything blocked. And I did check my spam folder. And it is not in there either. I apologize. All right. What is next on the agenda for today? Well, we have to learn something today. So, we've got a few things we can attempt to fix today. Oh, by the way, I did clean up my table, but I do have a bunch of knives laying around, including this one I need to fix. I need to find a spring. This one we need to fix. I did find the correct screwdriver to fix it. So we might take that one apart. This one is going out to a member on Friday. So that one is here. I've got all my Spydercos that are lying around, which are these four. Then I have one Mr. Pete gave me that I've got laying around here. Then I've got a couple of other size comparison knives. There's the original Ozark Trail knife. Then the rest of these are pretty much, oh yeah, I gotta put this one up. This is my other smock that needs to go back with my shipwreck stuff. And I've got another shipwreck knife that needs to go back up. So those two need to go up. I've got my Jack Wolf Slippy. I've got a random Kershaw and a random Benchmade. Need to clean some of these blades off. And I've got the channel knife. Kind of running out of room. But that shows you how much area I have on my desk here. I've got this, I believe that's a buck. We got this. It's another good giveaway knife. I got the scalpels for both of these, so I'll put together a giveaway package for that too. And then I've got my little Kevin John knife, and the only fixed blade on the table is this now. And then I've got my random box cutter knife, which I probably should retire somewhere else because of having my Tyrant Ultra so close. All right, we got Chucky. So, got those. Got my Gerber dime too. I forgot about it. Then I've also got a Gerber pry bar somewhere over here. All right, but at least I cleaned up. So let's see. Let me get these kind of in some kind of order here. Need to put these two up at the end of the broadcast, so that will go over there. All my spider codes for size comparisons go across here. A couple of giveaway knives, we'll put those over there. Need to put this up somewhere. This needs to go up somewhere. So does that. Japan stationery store? What are you trying to buy, mister? Alright. Do we try to find a spring for this one first? Or do we swap the spring out in this one? I mean the screw out in this one. I guess we'll start on this one. I did get it that time, Mr. David. Oh, I had one quick video wanted to show y'all. And if anybody has an olive lenta in the tungsten carbide, I would like to purchase one. I kind of like the stepped milled blade style. But what led me to want to try that, other than just liking the knife, was Melissa Backdoors trying to putting some weight on it to see if it would break.
Still pretty centered. Yeah, it was good still. Very thin blade too. I can cast a spell. Oh, why is it slicing so good? Oh, no scratches on this part. We're gonna need to resharpen after that. Beefy T30 pivot. Oh, and then you have a lock bar that's got this open design, and you can see the compression springs.
Yeah, I really like that knife, though.
For easier cleaning. Also, look at the handle design. Finger end.
If anybody's got one they're tired of.
Kind of cool. You can kind of choke up. Now I'm curious how much weight that could have withheld. Made in the USA.
So yeah, I like that knife. What are you looking at, Mr. Lead holder? Huh. Not sure exactly what a lead holder is. We've also got some flipper tabs to delete. And front flipper to delete on this knife. Thought we'd do that today as well. But I want to look at anything y'all want to look at first. If y'all have anything that y'all are interested in. Oh, a couple more things. So, Winter Pudding has been really hard core advertising that he's coming out with the Mini Cortex XL. He posted again this morning, I believe, so it should be dropping pretty soon. Here's a knife pocket check that I wouldn't doubt some of y'all would have. that happened to pop up on Chinese Reddit, but I wanted to show y'all hey, there's a beacon. I think that's my old beacon. I traded that guy, do you believe? The Ramet Steed is another one I've got to check out. I love that blade style. It's just my style. Can't figure out which model I want to get of it. I don't like how he has those shaking effects. But yes, here's the new winter pudding Cortex Mini. Which looks pretty sweet. So that should be coming out soon. There's the other pattern, or one of the other patterns. Pretty cool, pretty cool. There's the Ator, which is another one I need to get. But not that full dress model, for sure. Let's see, anything else going on here of note? Quiet Carry Drift, Bro Price. Wanted to sell. I should have bought that one, because that's the plain Jane one. I've been meaning to pick one of those up. What did he sell it for? $160? Yeah, that's kind of pricey. Still loving it. Somebody else enjoying their... Somebody sold a ether, and check out the price of this knife. It says OEM is best deck, and I'm told the Magna Cut is 63 plus on HRC. Action is perfection plus. In and out of pockets is flawless. $350 more than likely be worth $500 by summer. I don't know where this guy gets and sells knives, but I don't imagine it will go up another $150 when he's going to be releasing more here soon. You're getting a pencil with the little chunk, with the little chuck. Yeah, I knew it was just a fancy pencil, but I was trying to figure out why it was a $200 or $300 pencil. Yes, David. Yes, sir. I said that about 10 minutes ago, but yes, sir, I got it. I will send you a knife, sir. Pay to play. Good morning, Andrew. Yeah, I don't know. He's supposed to be releasing more versions of the ether with different milling. It's a great knife. And that Zerblasted looks good on that knife. I need to splurge and get some Zerblast media because it makes a lot brighter color. Oh, it's a discontinued one. That's why it's so expensive. I got you. See what else? Nothing else. That's a pretty cool looking knife too. I'm surprised Pete doesn't have one of those. Pete, why don't you have one? Too many knives, not enough time, I guess, huh? Mini Griffin. Lots of older knives popping up, like the Huntsman, Chavez. All right, let's get to taking one of these knives apart. Which one do we want to fix first? Yeah, they really haven't. They really haven't announced which version it is, but there's a lot of speculation that it's, let's see, GT. Yeah. So, a lot of people think it's going to be this knife. I'm not sure if that is confirmed yet or not. Oh, you got your Culture Tech? That's pretty awesome. How do you like it, Andrew? Does yours have as good an action as mine does? Yeah, I hope it's that knife. Not sure if that is confirmed yet, but I guess we'll see in a few days. Oh, it is confirmed. Good morning, good morning, Sever. David, you can go back and look at the video where I showed it. You should be able to scroll back. I'll dig them out here in a second. Yeah, I really like that knife too, Andrew. It's a big boy, that's for sure. Yeah, those knives are the Believer and the Oh So Sweet. All right, I think the easiest fix. Let's go ahead and do this one. I've got something funny to show y'all. So when I stacked up all my mats today, this is about an inch thick. So I've got every single mat piled on top of each other, which is pretty wild. So I've got this big, I've got all my mats. Well, you can't see that one. I've got all of them piled on top of each other, which gives me about an inch buffer zone, which is kind of wild. So I'm having to get used to that. But back to where I was. And I'll show y'all how this zero blade play works. Shouldn't take long to fix this one, so thought we'd knock it out. Oh, no problem, David. I've got all kinds of... A Dodgers mat? Why would I do that? Most terrible team in baseball. Morning, Mitchell. All right, the clip goes on the other side from the screws. We're going to fix this zero blade play knife really quick. So, I didn't unfire it. That's all right. I can do that now. Don't open your OTFs without first unfiring them. All right. No harm, no foul. So, the way this works here is this screw, according to how far it is pushed in, it scrapes against the back of the knife and it changes the cant of the blade a little bit. So the problem with this one is they caught it right in between two of the so you don't have to take this completely out, which is cool. And then after you loosen it enough, you should be able... I don't want to take it completely out. I don't know actually what that Torx bit is. Let's take the blade out because well, I can't take the blade out unless I remove that screw. All right, so let me find the correct... Is it a... Let's see what it is. I thought it might be a T15. I think he said something about needing a T15 in the video. Yes. All right. You have to slide it all the way to the back to get this screw out. And what the problem is with this screw is that where they've tightened it down, sorry, well, I can't exactly see. They smashed between, they tightened it down on one of the little, not in the groove, but off the groove. So that's why I got one to replace it. And the way you set this thing is you put this screw back in. I can actually feel it. All right. You get it pretty tight. And then you practice. Oh, that's way too tight. Still, wait, hold on. What is going on with it? I think it's still too tight. Why is the blade not moving? I guess it's not moving because it's still too tight. Although it doesn't feel too tight. Well, what is going on? Is this the right piece? Is this the right one? Looks like the right one. Maybe I didn't have it down in there far enough. Yeah, there we go. So now I can barely pull that blade out. It's way too much pressure. So now, okay, now I can pull it out. And when I pull it out, it's way too loose because it instantly locks up. So I don't know if y'all can see that. When I pull this forward, it locks up with no problem. So I'm going to tighten it just a little bit more. Still locks up with no problem. A little bit more. Now it's not locking up when I pull it all the way out. Okay? So that's where you want to get it. And then when you yank on it, you want to get it to where when you really yank on it, it locks up. So let's see, it's not locking up there. But when I really yank on it, and that has absolutely zero blade play. So somewhere, okay, it's a little too tight. And the problem is, so it's not locking up, still not locking up. Not locking up, is locking up. All right, that's about perfect. Now the problem is, you have to get this screwed in at the right place to where you're not in between two of those grooves. So the best way to do that is to tighten it a little bit and then wiggle it back and forth between where it's, that should be pretty good right there. All right, let's see if we got lockup still. Gently pull it, it's not locking up. All right, we're still not, okay, so we need to loosen it just a little bit. It's not locking up good. I'm gonna loosen this set screw first. Then I'm gonna turn this just a tad until I can feel it locking into place with the wiggle here. It should kind of seat itself All right, let's try one last time here. Not locking up when I pull on it, but when I still too tight. Dang it. A little bit of finickiness with this, but I myself prefer it to be super solid locked up. That might be it right there. Just do a little bit, check it, do a little bit more. Why is my, there we go. We're almost done. We're going to go to something else. All right, not locking up. Still not locking up. Good grief. What a pain in the butt. All right. Let's go a little bit looser. About right there. Tighten that back down. Not locking up, locking up. All right, that's about perfect. And that will wear in a little bit, but that is locking up. Absolutely zero blade play. So I'm going to take it back. I'm going to wiggle this just a tad, just to make sure it's seated in the right place. Then I'm going to tighten this set screw on down. If I can get to it. Alright, set screw is set. It's not locking up when I just barely pull on it, but when I yank on it, it is. I might have to readjust that at some point, but we can do that. All right, put this back together. And see how many misfires I get. Where's the spring? Spring is good. Spring is sprung. The clip goes in on the other side. Well, let me put some screws in here first. It might be too tight, but hopefully I'll get a little bit of blade play. I mean, a break in, and it'll break itself in, but it's definitely going to be better than it was before. And the way you reset these knives is you don't extend them all the way out like normal OTFs. You do just the opposite. You lock them in with the duh. About dropped that off the table. Wow. It's got to have something to thread into. All right, got the clip back on. Got this back on. That is not right. That happened last time. I cannot figure out, well, I'll deal with that in a second. I tightened something too tight. Oh my goodness. What did I do? Did I get the button off? I hate doing stuff on video. Yep. I totally didn't get it right. My goodness. Anything you do on video, just be prepared that it's not going to work. I don't know what I did with the stupid button, but didn't have it right. Maybe I had it upside down. I don't know. Y'all think of some knives y'all want to look at when I get done with this. I can't pay attention to the chat, so. Oh yeah, the button. Duh. Button's not even in there right. For some reason. Alright, let's try this again here. I think I had it backwards or something. I actually kind of tweaked the spring. That's great. All right. There we go. Let's try this one more time. Still does not feel right. What is going on with it? Maybe it's not behind the blade like it's supposed to be. Something is not sitting right. I don't have it backwards because it can't go backwards. Okay, that looks right. Yep. Leave it up to video to make anything go wrong. Anything that can will go wrong. All right, that looks right. That looks right. Let's try this one last time. I'm not going to put the clip in just to make sure that I got it installed correctly. Why is that so gritty? Y'all know I can't leave the video without fixing it. And where's my last screw? Well, of course I've lost my last screw. Yeah, something's not right. And the last screw is stuck to the screwdriver. Do I have I don't know what I've done. That actually feels better. Maybe I'm just tightening them too tight. No, there's something scraping over here. I'm about to just give up on it and go talk about what y'all want to talk about and fix it when I'm not on video, because stuff never works right on video. But I should be able to fix this stupid knife. I don't know what is going on with it, other than this little spring being tweaked a little bit. My goodness. Hope y'all can feel my pain. I've got the button the right way. All that is sliding just fine. That's how it's supposed to slide. Button. Aha. I think I know what's going on with it. I think it's where I tweaked that spring a little bit. Yep, that's what it is. I got to take that spring and fix it. See that spring? That's exactly what it is. I tweaked it a little bit when I screwed it in that first time. Where did it just go? What in the world? Now it just totally disappeared. All right. That's awesome. Where in the heck did the spring go? Yep. Don't work on anything on video that you don't want to mess up. And where in the heck? I couldn't have shot it very far. It wasn't, I didn't apply any pressure. Yay! I love when that happens, and I break knives by fixing them. That was on the floor. Aha, there it is. I gotta fix that little spring. I'm not gonna mess with it on video because I've gotta like reshape it a little bit, and I don't have tweezers. Well, I did find it. Alright. Did y'all post any knives y'all want to look at? Oh yeah, what about that high dollar breaker clone that somebody else, I think Andrew mentioned to me? It was out a few years ago. And have y'all seen that one, Waylon? So here's a link to it in the links channel. But let's go look at it real quick. So they make a cheap $20 one, and then they make this one at the 668 Knives store. And I believe that one came out a while ago, but it looks quite a bit better. And I'm curious, does anybody have one of those? How does it compare to the other ones? I've got one of the other ones right here, actually. I'm curious about how it performs. But I'm curious about the looks of it too. So yeah, I thought it had a front flipper that was different. So the one on this one is not nearly as pronounced as the front flipper on that one. It actually looks totally different. So you can see right there. This one is the thumb stud breaker. Ah, this is a different knife. So this is the Tuya Knives, and this is the this is the Vanguard. Vanguard, right? So that's the difference. This is the Tough Knives breaker, thumb stud breaker, and this is the Vanguard breaker, right? Because they're totally different knives. Different screw holes, different end down here. All right. So now I'm intrigued at why are there different breakers? I mean, I know there are. But let's see. Vanguard breaker. Let's see if we got a thumb stud version. See, that's the difference, is the thumb stud. So the Tough Knives one, Tough Knives breaker thumb stud. So this is the one that the clone is made off of. And you can see it matches up perfectly with the way the clone is made. But this other one is not. Nick? Not true. The Vanguard breaker is not a custom. Definitely not a custom. Definitely a Vanguard breaker. I still can't find the one that goes with this, because the thumb stud is completely different. Everything about the knife is different. It's a front flipper, and it's definitely not the thumb stud version. It's the Tough Knives. So this one is an exact copy of the clone I've got, including the pivot and everything. You can see the thumb stud is all weird shaped, and the lines on the knife so that's where I'm confused, because this is definitely the custom Tough Knives version. I wonder if, let's see if Tough Knives makes another one that has a different pivot. I mean, has a different thumb stud. Let's go here and see. Dang it. So now I gotta let me type in breaker. Let's see what we got. So there's the breaker by Vanguard. And it looks like the only ones they have from Vanguard are the ones that don't have a thumb stud. It could be the Vanguard version with the thumb stud, because does the Vanguard version, hold on, does the Vanguard version have a front flipper? Does it have a front flipper when closed? No. So it doesn't have a front flipper either when closed, but this one does. I don't know what that knife is. I'm intrigued to check it out. I love the blade grind of it. Yeah, I'm intrigued too. Waylon, I wonder if I could do a reverse image search. So this breaker, Vanguard website's pretty nice too. Sure they have it. Did they go out of business? No. Vanguard Knives. Yeah, here we go. Their website sucks though, if I remember right. It doesn't want to even load. All right, the breaker. Yeah, that's all they have. They don't have any kind of... You can't go look at it. But the blade grind looks a lot like that one. Nick, so explain to me why this breaker doesn't count. I would like to know. Oh, you're saying that the thumb stud one is only the custom one. I get it. I totally got that from the rip. So all the other ones have blade holes. Yeah, I knew the thumb stud was a custom. We were both saying the same thing. But the thumb stud on this one is totally different, which is what throws me off. And it's got a full-length back spacer. Does this one? No. So the thumb stud one only has a half back spacer. I don't know. I don't know what's up with it. I might just buy one to check it out. All right. Back to where we were. Yeah, it's a breaker with a front flipper, which is like an improvement to me. I love the profile of it. I mean, that's a sweet knife. And it's supposed to be M390. And for that price, it probably is. It's a Lemifshi made, supposedly. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to buy one. Oh, the swedge at the top is way bigger than the other one. So, well, maybe it's just perspective. It does look bigger than that one. Vanguard has some knives that I really like. I like the Ibex. I like that Nakiri also, which is not my normal style, but the Esox, the Essex, the Essex is pretty cool. They just don't have links that you can click on any of these knives to check them out, which stinks. Oh, now it just went to it. Maybe it's just their website. Oh no, some of them have links and some of them don't. Check that out. So when I hover over all these, the only one that turns to a link is this one. How much is that knife? There's a black one. Decent price too. Interesting. David, did you pick which knife you wanted? The Believer or the Oh So Sweet? I guess I can find out in the email from you. But the Kershaw, the lever, is this one. And the Kershaw Oh So Sweet. I know which one I would pick. I didn't mean to actually get rid of one of them, but oh well. Yeah, that one-off the one-off Tough Knives breaker, thumb stud breaker. Does it say? It doesn't say on here. It says it was from Jeff, Tough Knives. So I guess, who is Jeff from Tough Knives? So it is probably him. I like seeing how they piece together knives when they're first building them, customs. Pretty cool. That one's a finished one, but yeah, that's who I would think it would be, because it says that it was designed by him. And it's got a heck of a price tag. So I'm sure he touched it directly. All right, well, we got all that figured out. Beautiful knife. And I'm intrigued about that one. I like the front flipper on it a lot. All right. Yeah, that Gara, that's right up your line, Pete. I so want to dye this micarta black though. I bet the black would soak up good on this brown. I just don't know if I can get the... Yeah, I can't get the whole scales in there to soak. I need to get me another bottle of this and make me some kind of taller where I can let it soak overnight in like some kind of taller vessel. Yeah, but the custom, I mean the production ones don't have the thumb stud. That's the main difference. Yeah, I don't want to have to buy enough to fill up a whole mason jar. I want to find another vessel that is more this shape. I'm sure I could find like something like this. That would almost work. But I can get something pretty similar to the same shape and just buy one more bottle. I love leather dye on my micarta. G10, of course, works great with RIT. But I've had excellent success with the leather die from micarta. Alright, I gotta fix this spring. And there's no real good way to do it without slinging it all the way across the room. Dang it. Why did I have to bend that spring? I'm going to mess with that later. I might need to just get another one. It's such a little bitty spring, it shouldn't matter too much. But, of course, it does. Trying to not sling it across the room. I don't know what I did to it other than screw it up because I was on video. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to loosen that a little bit anyway. Yes, sir, this is an old school T1. And I was comparing it to the new one. Although I put the new one back up already. I don't know why Yeah. Pin springs from pins are way bigger than these. I've got a pin. I need an old, like, really cheap one. But like most of the springs on these are way bigger. Whoops. Most of the springs on these are way bigger than that one is. But that was my first thought. But this little spring is tiny compared to this. Maybe I can find another one. I think I can fix that one if given the right conditions. But yeah, the main differences on these is that front area by the blade grind. So the choil, it's got a choil on the new one, and they curved off the front of this scale where the old one, yeah, you can see that they put a sharpening choil. You got more blade on the old one than the new one. Yeah, so that's the main difference. I can probably grab them with my little vice grips and get it bent back into shape fairly good. It's just that end that's kind of messed up. All right, we were going to do a flipper tab delete today. Don't know that that'll get done. I don't think it's going to. And I need to loosen this up just a little bit. Maybe about like that. Nope, that was too much. Yeah, there's just a thin line between perfect and not perfect. Let's try that out, see if that works. Yeah, so that one's not locking up when I just barely pull it out. That's pretty good right there. Yeah, that should work pretty good. Not locking up right there. Man, right on the verge of being perfect. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh well. Yeah, I like both of them too. And they're all affordable knives. The Molsect, like they're all very affordable. Under $200. The Decay, what a lot of people like. But 150 bucks, I mean, that's very reasonable. With S90V. Filter. I don't have many filters. I was going to see if we could look at just titanium ones. The Attack and Decay and Sustain. If y'all wouldn't mind smashing that like button, help a brother out. You can't see it on this stupid white background, but here, I'll hit it again just so y'all can see it. So we got the Attack, Decay, Sustain. So where's the Sustain titanium one? Do they make it? Okay. The loop and the mantle. And the orbit. And the shuttle. Do they make a Sustain, or hold on. Do they make a Sustain in titanium? That's what I'm not seeing. I don't see the Sustain in a titanium. Molsect, Sustain, titanium. I don't think so. TC may know better since he has a few of them. But I do not see the Sustain in titanium. Attack, Decay, and Sustain are the three ASD. That's what you adjust on a drum machine. Yeah, I wish ProTech would stop using aluminum and use titanium, but I'm sure it has to do with the milling, because titanium is a pain in the butt to mill and aluminum is super easy. So I'm sure that goes into it quite a bit. Want to sell Holt's blade work. Wow. $100. Late detent. Oh, that's not a... That's one of the newer ones. From the old Lee store. He's combining two knives. It's not the Hilberg for $100, that's for sure. It's this one. Titanium isn't crazy priced. Yeah, so he's combining. That's not even that's the knife. I don't know why he said Holt Blade Works. It's definitely not a Holt. Oh, it is a Holt Blade Works. It's not a Hilberg. My God. It is a Holt. It's not a Hilberg. All right. That's about enough. Titanium sheets. Alpha Knife Supply. You can get, so if you're making a knife, you need it about less than 1 millimeter thick. Wait, that's not right. Less than hold on. I'm just going to measure a random knife here. You need it at least 0.17 of an inch, or 4 millimeters. So 0.17 of an inch, 0.17 0.17 would be down here, right here. So here's a whole sheet. Yeah, it's pretty expensive on here. Enough to make, you could make 2 knives out of this for $112. So that's some of the most expensive you can buy. When they buy it in huge sheets, I'm sure they get it way cheaper. .17. I was, so 23 by, let's see. 11 by 5, you could get 1, 2, 3, 4. You could get 4 knives. You get 2 knives out of that. Sorry. Yeah, aluminum's way less. 0.17, let's see. Titanium sheets. Alpha Knife Supply. 0.17. Oh, that's titanium. Why did it go back? What did I do? Titanium again? My God. Metal Depot. 0.16. We have to go up. That piece was, yeah, way cheaper. 36 bucks compared to 112 bucks. Basically, somewhere around there. Yeah, 30 bucks to 112 bucks. Yeah, the milling on titanium sucks, man. It's such a gummy metal. Where is the... Oh, there it is. All right. Well, unless y'all got something else you want to talk about, start winding this one down. I so want to fix this spring. Y'all know I'll have it fixed here before long if I don't lose it. Little bitty vice grips. Get you some. Aha. That's actually probably going to work. I think if I just smashed it down enough with the vice grips and heat it up, it might go back into its original shape. You know how spring steel has got a little bit of a memory. It's getting better though. If I can keep from losing it, my God. Yep. Yeah. Might just crank it on down right there. Call it a day. Now if I can't lose it. Wow, it's already getting way better. That might work. That might actually work. We might be able to fix the knife right here at the end of the string. If I can get it stupid lined up. Yep. That might actually work. It's a little crunchy, but let's see what we got. See if I can actually like get it to work. I actually might have cranked down these screws a little too tight the first time. And I might have to order another spring from China. It's all right. I got another one. Wow, that's super stiff. Why is it so stiff? Something about the button is not feeling right. I know I've got it in there right. Yeah, there's something going on with the button. Pretty sure it's that spring, but I will mess with it more later. Appreciate y'all indulging me. I think it's that spring getting caught up in between it. What was your question, Pete? Pete, I mean, for you, it would probably be a great little knife. It's growing on me the more I see it. But for you, I would say it's a win. Before you go out and buy one, let me make sure that I want it. But man, I really do like its aggressive stance. It's pretty dang sweet. Not normally my style, but it's got great jimping. Like the jimping on it is superb. Very good. I can get 4 fingers on it perfectly. It's got just that perfect amount of hawkbill, you know, it curves down a little bit, but so the top of the knife meets up perfect with the, I don't know, it's very cool looking knife. The lines on it are pretty straight across from the tip up here, the way they cut down into it. I know that if I worked with carpet every day, it would probably be an awesome carpet knife. Yeah, it's a great size knife too. It's got great action. And it's got that clicky detent. There's just something different about the detent. It's got that, it's dropping down into that hole perfectly. And it's got a click that's kind of undescribable. Great detent. In fact, I want to know how they do that, because I've only felt it in a couple of knives. My Doc Fisher and this one. It's got just a super clicky. I don't know if you can hear that. Perfect. Perfect detent though. I don't know how it's dropping in, like, unless it's got like a double. I don't know. It's very weird. Very cool though. This one has a different kind of click than most knives. Like most knives, when they come out of the, when they come out of the detent hole, they just kind of slide out of the detent hole. This one has like a very audible click. All right. Appreciate y'all joining me this Thursday. If you haven't joined the Discord, please do so. If you haven't followed me on Instagram, I invite you to do that as well. I've got a knife that is missing a lanyard pin that I just found on the floor that looks like a lanyard pin to me. So I will be looking for that. I found it when I was looking for the spring on that one. Pretty sure I got this one tuned pretty good, but I just got to fix that spring. So I'm going to put it all back together really quick. Whoops. You got to put the glass breaker in before you can have anything to screw to. All right, that one lined up. And let's see if this one lines up. This one's a pain in the butt sometimes. There we go. Well, I got it all back together except that the spring's messed up. That's great. All right. Appreciate y'all. If y'all need me, reach out. If you need somebody to talk to, reach out. This goes back in this box, so I don't lose it. My 2 wrenches go over here, my screwdriver goes over here, and my pliers go over there. And I found an extra lanyard pin. All right, appreciate y'all, love y'all. Y'all have a great Thursday. Oh, I can't leave it with